Camarjos everyone! Let's take a brief look at COPPA and FTC. I will only go through key information and how it could affect content creators. Before we begin, if you're new to this channel, welcome. This is not a usual video on this channel. This channel, where a videographer, is about being a brave filmmaker, taking on the harsh terrains of this world, eyes open to film not the illusions of this world, but the realism. Keep in mind that this video is so that to be aware of the new policy for 2020 for YouTube. I'm going to go through brief facts for this new policy of 2020, and so that he or she who is managing YouTube channel would be aware of this new policy. What is COPPA? COPPA is Children's Online Privacy Protection Act of 1998. COPPA imposes certain requirements or operators of website or online services directed to children under 13 of age. FTC is Federal Trade Commission. What happened to YouTube? In 2018, child protection groups filed a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, arguing that YouTube was violating the children's privacy law by collecting data on kids under the age of 13. The FTC found that the video platform was indeed collecting data on users who was watching children's videos and using that information to serve targeted advertising. This resulted in a $170 million fine for YouTube. Technically, all YouTube needed to do comply with COPPA was to stop collecting data on users under the age of 13, but the FCC, formally hitting YouTube with a violation of US law, pushed the company to go even further and really after how it treats kids' content as a whole. The lawsuit against YouTube and Google alleged the companies illegally collected personal information from children in violation of COPPA. According to the complaint, the companies collected that information from viewers of child-directed YouTube channels in the form of precedent identifiers that track users across the internet, but didn't notify parents and get their consent to settle the case. YouTube and Google agreed to create a mechanism so that channel owners can designate when the videos they upload to YouTube are to use the words of COPPA directed to children. The purpose of the requirement is to make sure that both YouTube and channel owners are complying with the law. The FTC enforces the law through COPPA rule. In general, COPPA requires operation of commercial websites and online services that are directed to children. You have FTC that enforces the codes like COPPA, and YouTube did not comply with COPPA, and YouTube got fined of $170 million fine. And what has changed on the YouTube platform is YouTube now requires creators to label their channels and videos as made for kids if the primary audience for the content is children content that has a mixed audience, but is still directed at children would also fall under the label. For example, educational material for preschoolers, songs, stories, animation directed at kids, content starring child actors, all be considered made for kids, even if older viewers make up a part of the audience. The rules set out additional factors the FTC will consider determining whether your content is child-directed: the subject matter, visual content, the use of animated characters or child-oriented activities, and sedatives, the kind of music or other audio content, the age of models, the presence of child celebrities or celebrities who appear to children, language or other characteristics of the site, whether advertising that promotes or appears on the site is directed to children, competent and reliable empirical evidence about the age of the audience. The way this new policy affects content creators is he or she who is managing a YouTube channel, whenever he or she is uploading a video, he or she needs to place that video if it's for kids or for adults. Whoever is managing the YouTube channel is already aware who their audience is, and whoever is managing the YouTube channel has to determine already for what age is the channel for, if it's for 13 and under or is it for adults. On the YouTube Studio, you can place the channel is for adults or for children, and you don't have to upload a video and then determine if it's for kids or for adults. This channel, where videographer, is for 18 plus. So this channel is not for kids. This channel is for adults. FTC is trying to be a digital parent, and it is trying to set codes. The parents has to be aware what the child is watching on a screen. It is the parent's duties and obligation to be aware what that child is looking on the screen. When you go to a URL, at the 3 letters, it starts World Wide Web. World Wide Web is huge. A kid can go on any website. YouTube platform is a great platform. YouTube has many problems. Freedom of speech is completely gone on this platform. and YouTube has a lot of guidelines, and I'm not going to go through that, and I'm not going to go through in depth of the COPPA articles, because there's a lot of just these codes after codes. I don't call them laws, I call them codes. I will link in the description box down below all the articles that I have read in the beginning. You can read and disassemble and assemble information. YouTube is still a great platform to start off a career or a business, like what I'm doing with videography. And if you look in the FTC, you have no privacy whatsoever. They are actually looking at your data that you put into in the websites that you go through, because FTC is not only for YouTube. FTC is a digital parent for all websites. And also think about this, that once you give an entity too much power, that's a problem right there. And the people created government. Government did not give birth to itself. The people created this entity. Further on, continuing with the YouTube platform, to be on the safe side, I'm going to put a bottle of spirit drink on the table so that this content now is 18 plus or 21 adult content, just because of putting spirit drink on the table or alcohol. That shows with the algorithm system of YouTube that this channel is for only adult viewing content. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Drink responsibly, of course. It's just to be on the safe side, because what happens is that if you put your video on kids, you will not have engagement with the audience. Comments are disabled, likes and dislikes are disabled, and whoever subscribed to the channel, you won't see that. And I want those to be enabled for this Warrior Videographer channel. So to be on the safe side of how YouTube changes its policy every year, that's why I put the spirit drink on the table. And I might do something else. Maybe I'll put a shelf or something, make it look better. Still adjusting and polishing on this Warrior Videographer channel. At this present day, I gave my logo to professionals to make it high-res logo, so I'm working on that. So a lot of projects are coming. I'm trying to make this video very quick. You viewer or whoever is trying to, or maybe is running a YouTube channel, to be aware of this new policy that the Coppa FTC forced YouTube to do with this policy. Of course, it's YouTube's platform fault that they've committed this against this code law. If you thought this video was helpful, share it. If you like this video, click the like button, click the notification bell to get notified when it's a new video, and also subscribe. Be brave, determine who the channel is for. Until next time. Now that we have addressed this issue, let's get back into the usual videos on this channel. I could have go into detail about the FTC, COPPA, and the YouTube guidelines. The problem is that all of that could change in 2021. That's why I did not go into detail about COPPA, FTC, or YouTube's guidelines. Yes, some stuff will stay the same, but of the majority, it's gonna change. Yes, there's a lot of bullshit that is going on. The question is, to the audience, is where does law come from? Does man create law, or does God already set forth law? That is called God-given natural law. Just think about that. God.